Let's do Karin next. Crouching hard kick expanded the hurt box during recovery. Not really a problem. Ryu has always been able to punish this one, but more characters can punish it now. And you can also just sweep it now, I guess, every single time. So you don't even need the fancy light Shoryuken punish. EX Mujinkyaku can now cancel into V-trigger. Okay, interesting. Increased knockback time when the fourth hit hits on the ground. Reduced knockback distance when the fourth hit hits on the ground. So she gets Oki off of EX Mujinkyaku now. To be fair, this was not a move that was used very frequently, so I can see them changing it so people actually consider it. Like, these are the type of changes that I really love, by the way. This is why I'm so upset about the Ryu changes, because instead of gaining new tools to use, they reduce the tools for Ryu by making some of his tools so incredibly powerful, you don't have to consider anything but a couple of key tools, right? This is like the type of change that I like to see. Taking a look at a move that isn't used and making it more usable after the patch. V-Skill 2 Uncharged version can now be cancelled with Guren Ken on hit or block. That's the parry, right? No, wait. No, that is the parry. V-Skill 2 is a... No, is the V-Skill 2 a parry? I've actually... It's a hit and a parry, right? I actually forgot about that. I've never... I see the V-Skill 2 so rarely, I don't even know exactly what it does. Oh no, it's the move where she uses her palm like that. Right. It's the V-Trigger 2 that I had in mind. Yeah, everyone uses V-Skill 1, that's why. Okay, so that got buffed, right? So it wasn't used. I don't even know what it is. V-Skill 1 is not the parry, no. V-Trigger 2 is the parry. Okay, so that got buffed because I don't even know what that is, so I'm assuming it had to be buffed. Okay, V-Trigger 1. Extended the collision box upwards. Why? What are they thinking about here? Lengthen the cancel input window for all Link attacks by 2 frames. Oh, okay, so it's easier to confirm whether you're hitting your opponent or not, and then making a decision what follow-up attack to do. So this is a buff. Increase the combo count limit for first and second attacks. Okay, interesting. Gotta wonder what they're trying to go with here. Oh, wait a minute. The V-Trigger 1, this is a specific variation of the V-Trigger. I wonder, like, which one? Is it just the palm version? Because I do not know which ones are any of these. We have the palm, the shoulder, the grab follow-up, and the overhead follow-up, right? Oh, and the slide. Okay, so this is just the first version, and those are the cancels, right? Extend the collision box, change frame advantage on block from -9 to -16. Okay, so I'm assuming this is like the palm at the end, if you just press punches, right? So instead of -9, it's finally very punishable now. I think this is good because it wasn't that easy to punish before. Yeah, I know Guren Ken is the Rekka, and Hosho is the first follow-up with the punches, right? So that's fully punishable now, like a lot more punishable now, which I like. I don't know what Cho-Chu is, though. Extend the collision box upward. I don't know which, like, one of these this is. Increase the combo count limit. I wonder what this... Like, I don't know which one of the variations that is, but it's a slight V-Trigger 1 buff, right? Critical art. The character is now always considered to be on the ground when in a non-lock situation. Okay, I've never had a situation where you could hit her airborne, so I don't really know. Kage. Okay, increased movement speed forward walk. This is a big one. That's a big buff. I'm not sure how much they're buffing this, but that's usually a big one. If you increase movement speed on any character, it automatically makes every normal and every situation more scary. Crouching medium punch, this is the projectile stuff, not very important. Hadouken, remove the arm hurt box from before the startup until the first frame of the attack. Okay, so the useless Hadouken got buffed. EX Shoryuken increase the combo count limit. Okay, I guess some juggles that weren't possible before are possible now. Ryuso Kyaku is probably the axe kick, right? Same thing applies here. Oh, I saw some weird dive kick into axe kick combos now. Probably possible because of this change. Kure Kijin. I have no clue what this is. Only on hit allows for Shoryuken input for 10 frames before the opponent recovers. Shoryuken startup timing remains unchanged. You guys tell me what this is. It's Tatsu. Okay. Okay, so they eased the recovery, the Shoryuken timing on that for some reason. It wasn't difficult before, so I wonder why they did that. Like, honestly, when reading this, I feel like Capcom is taking a stand, like, is trying to make sure... Maybe this is a hint for Street Fighter 6 because, not the recovery, the input. Did I say recovery? What they mean by that is, on hit, allows for a Shoryuken input for 10 frames before the opponent recovers. This means they just added a buffer. That's what they mean, right? So if you do a Tatsu and you do a very early Shoryuken input, it will still register. Because normally the buffer is 5 frames. But when you do a Tatsu, it's going to be 10 frames now. And I'm wondering if this is going to be some universal change we should be expecting for Street Fighter 6. Which honestly wouldn't be a big deal. If you make certain combo routes easier so that beginners can execute them, I don't think that's a problem. As long as you make like certain things, like execution can be difficult, but this is like one of the things that I think especially beginners are going to very much appreciate if they can execute them. And pro players are simply not going to care about this because it's going to be easy either way. So maybe this is a hint for Street Fighter 6, who knows. I would be okay with this change, by the way. If Capcom decides the input buffer should be 10 frames for certain combo routes, for juggles like that, I don't think this is going to be a big deal for competitive play. So maybe they're going to add this leniency and potentially make other stuff like execution heavy instead. I think that would actually be a nice compromise compared to what we currently have in Street Fighter 5. We'll see though, we'll see. Anyways, Tatsu, knockback distance on hit reduced. This is a buff. So he's gonna... So certain combo routes are gonna be easier, I guess, right? EX Tatsu, shorten startup frames from 16 to 11. Now that's a big buff, and I've seen that. You can now do light attacks into EX Tatsu, which is a big buff for him. Airborne Tatsu now has different properties when activated immediately after a forward jump. Decreased rising speed. I've seen some weird stuff with this, so it's interesting. So it's faster. It has an interesting knockback, lower combo count gain, lower combo limit gain. So this is just like... So Kage is going to be able to do some really fancy stuff in air. Kage has an axe kick in the air. I don't think it's going to work the same way as it does with Seth. EX Airborne Hadouken, eased heat limit. Was there a massive height limit? My bad. I'm sleeping, guys. Eased height limit. Was there a massive height limit? It was pretty high. Okay, I didn't know that. Because for the regular Hadouken, it was not high at all. Okay, now causes grounded hit stun when the first attack hits on the ground. Increased knockback distance when the second attack hits on the ground. Okay, it's interesting. V-Trigger 1. The charged version. Armor now lasts until the attack's first frame. Oh wow, that was not the case before? I didn't know that. Increased, so you could actually interrupt him. I didn't know that. The uncharged version increased the combo count limit. Probably for certain combo routes, this is going to be important. The charge will increase distance traveled forward. Oh, this is actually a nerf. Like for Ryu, this is good because if it can't whiff, if it actually can't whiff because of the increased distance, you get more consistent parries out of it. Generally, this is a buff though. Airborne. This is the teleport. Can now be cancelled with. This is the dive kick. Okay, so you can do air teleport into dive kick into axe kick. I've seen that before. So yeah, interesting. Those are some good buffs for Kage. This might actually make him really good. We'll have to wait and see. Hard to predict now where Kage lands. But these are some solid changes for him. Like he only got buffs. Well, like the top tier has got some significant nerfs so far. So I think this is a big one. Kage, we gotta pay attention to Kage. We'll do Necalli. Let's do Necalli and then we'll move on. Okay. Philly Bear. Yes, we can play the game now. Okay. I'm just doing him a favor. Let's take a look at Necalli real quick. Okay. EX Mask of whatever. I have no clue what the special move is. Increased damage for both normal and V-trigger versions. Okay, so that's a buff. What is this? What is this move? I don't know what the move is. V-trigger light to this guidance. I have no clue what all. This is messed up. Can somebody just write down what any of that means? Okay, because I'm completely clueless right now. Light guidance is his charge move. Command grab is mask. Okay, EX command throw, increased damage. Okay, so he's getting more out of that. Okay. This is the charge move, increase the combo count limit, decrease combo count gain. So, for certain juggles, I guess this is going to be important. Okay, EX dash, this used to be plus since the last version. Increase the combo count limit of the first attack, decrease combo. Okay, so juggle properties were changed for the most part. I really wonder why though. I guess he got some new juggles now. What is Torrent of Power? Is that just the V-Trigger 1? Oh yeah, it's just V-Trigger 1 activation. Decreased V-Gauge bar from 3 to 2. Increased V-Timer to a permanent... What do they mean by increased V-Timer to a permanent 1000? They mean they decreased it from permanent to 1000, right? That's what they mean. Like, take a look at that. Who translated that? Like, who translated that? Probably Big. Clouded Mirror. I have no clue what that is. Can now be cancelled into from Valiant Rebellion. Oh yes, more moves names that I have no clue about. Added a hurt box to the arm when jumping up. Yeah, permanent 1000 frames. It's a V-trigger move. Wait, is that a new move? Is that a specific move? Oh, Stomp. Wait, did he get a new move that I have not seen? Nah, the projectile is V-trigger 2, right? Maybe not? I could be wrong here. Stomp cancels into the V-Trigger 1 move. I forgot what the V-Trigger 1 move is, to be honest. Isn't that this weird jump thingy? V-Skill 2 is his puke, so it has nothing to do with V-Trigger. It's the jump thing. Okay, so Clouded Mirror is the jump thing. Not quite sure what this means, to be honest. But here's the thing. You can see V-Trigger 2 is unchanged. V-Trigger 2 is unchanged, which means that indeed Necalli gets to choose now between a permanent V-Trigger or a 2-bar V-Trigger that depletes. So overall, I think that's a win for him. V-Trigger 2 seems to be forever because there is no mention of a change there, right? So clearly it wasn't changed. Okay, so I'm not sure like what the properties here are, but this seems like a buff. No, actually no. It seems like this was not, damage distribution was changed, but it doesn't really matter that much. Like some minor changes have to happen apparently for the V-Trigger 1. The attack can combo now, which is more useful, so that's good. But it's also like dependent on the limited V-trigger that he has. So Necalli can't just hang back. He has to engage after he pops V-trigger. So yeah. No, B-boy, you can choose whether you want to have a permanent V-trigger or not. So I think this is actually an attempt at buffing Necalli. You can choose, do you want to have a permanent V-trigger? Or do you want to have one that depletes, that gives you access to V-shift later on? So it's an interesting one. If you want to have the permanent one, you can still have it. So that's a buff in my book. So yeah, not a whole lot of changes for Necalli though. Like his clouded mirror move was changed, and it's hard for me to see what this even means exactly because you barely saw that move. So we'll see about that, I guess. Obviously, you cannot V-shift if you have a permanent V-trigger active. How are you going to V-shift? Why are people asking that? Clearly, you cannot V-shift if V-trigger is active. But yeah, that'll be it for Necalli. And but yeah, I mean, that being said, let's take a look at Nash. Here we go. Nash. Are you trash? Is Nash trash? We'll figure it out right now. Okay. Standing light kick. So this was one of the changes that was speculated, right? Change startup from 4 frames to 3 frames. He has a 3-frame normal now. That's good. As a result, the entire move was reduced by 1 frame. That is also a thing. Change frame advantage on hit from +4 to +2. So you actually can't link anymore with this change. You can only cancel. Change frame advantage on block from +3 to +1. And that's actually pretty significant, yeah. So basically, you're getting a 3-frame normal, but the sacrifice is you're losing combo ability. Which character is this? This is Nash. We're talking about Nash right now. Crouching light punch. Reduced hit back. Reduced hit back? Do they mean... What is hit back? Do they mean pushback on hit? Did someone have a stroke writing this, wanted to write pushback on hit, but ended up just writing hit back? Not sure about that. It's probably pushback on hit, right? Changed active attack frames from 2 frames to 3 frames, so that's a buff. Frame advantage is +3 now. So wait, you can do crouching light punch, standing light kick now, right? So that's a new combo that you're getting. I'm not sure if that makes sense. Yeah, but so crouching light punch was buffed. Like, this is just a buff, right? So that's good. If you're +3 on block... Oh, no, wait a minute. That's +3 on block. My bad. Not sure what on hit, but whatever. But still, this is pretty significant. This is a good buff for crouching light punch. Crouching medium punch, change frame advantage on block from +2 to +3. That's a buff. Crouching hard kick, reduce pushback on block. That's a nerf. Expanded the hurt box during recovery. Thank God. Okay, the BS crouching hard kick got nerfed. Chopping assault. What is chopping assault? Change frame advantage on hit from +1 to 0. That's a nerf. Oh, that's overhead. Wait, that's a big nerf? So far, that's a minor change. No change was made to frame advantage when down, burst, crouching medium punch to forward medium punch hits. Okay. Wait a minute. That doesn't seem like a big deal. Yeah, the sweep is a big nerf, that's for sure. But yeah, overhead being plus, whether it's +1 or 0, it's almost, it's not a big change. Spinning back knuckle expanded the hurt box during recovery. Okay, so now you can actually whiff punish that shit. Looking forward to that. Which means Ryu is gonna absolutely annihilate Nash with crouching medium kick. I just realized that. Step kick. Expand the hurt box during recovery. That's a nerf. Change recovery time on whiff to 17. That's an interesting nerf. Rapid kick. What is rapid kick? Now V-trigger cancelable. Change frame advantage on hit from +2 to from +4 to +2. So it's a combination of a nerf and a buff. Interesting. What's wind shear? Change frame advantage on hit from +3 to +2. A rapid kick is light kick, medium kick, target combo. Okay. So here's the thing. A lot of his frame advantage had to be changed in order to not make standing light kick too much, right? If you have stuff that is used to be +3 on hit, then Capcom initially intended for it to not have any combo ability. So now they have to change that to +2, right? Since he does have a 3-frame normal now. Sonic Boom and EX versions. The move will now start slightly forward from the activation position when canceling into another move during Sonic Boom. I think that's a nerf, right? Because this means his frame advantage is gonna be more negative now. If you're trying to corner loop, for example, you're gonna end up being in a more negative spot in the corner. Like, Nash used to have these interesting corner loops that required the Sonic Boom to not be a tight block string. And I'm assuming this is gonna die with this change. Well, I give up. Tricks. Good to see you. But we'll see. I mean, this could also be a buff. No, it's actually a nerf for the most part. If projectiles hit earlier, then yes, you have less time to punish them. Like, if you're trying to react to a Sonic Boom and you're trying to punish it, this change is a buff in this in that regard. But in pretty much any other regard, it's a nerf. Sonic Scythe and EX version. Okay, increased damage for all levels. Okay, that's a buff. L and medium Sonic Scythe increased knockback time on hit. Increased damage for light and medium versions. Okay. Oh, the V trigger, the V skill 2 Sonic Scythe. Oh, okay. So if you, wait, increased knockback on hit means you don't get Oki? That might be a nerf overall. So you're doing more damage, but you're not getting Oki. Did you get Oki before? I'm not sure about that, but might be a nerf overall. Extend the first attack's hitbox forward. Increased knockback distance of the third hit. Yeah, might be the same thing here. Increased damage. Okay. Moonsault slash. Change frame advantage when the third frame of the attack hits from +5 to +6. No change was made to frame advantage for active frames 1 and 2. Okay. Interesting. So he's getting some changes in frame advantage on Moonsault for some reason. These buffs are a joke. V-Skill 1 buff hurts the tool as a poke and fucks up V-Trigger 2 resets. That's great. Wait a minute. The Moonsault is the one where the one that Ryu wants to parry normally, right? I'm getting this correctly, right? He's getting some really interesting frame advantage changes, though. I wonder why. The EX Moonsault is getting a distance travel buff. So this might actually require me to change my timing on the parry. I'll have to test this out. Zephyrus. I mean, if you're complaining about Nash not being viable competitively, I mean, I just realized I should have been doing it this way so you can actually read it properly. I was giving away so much screen space. So yeah, I mean, I've been there with Ryu multiple years, right? I mean, you've been there as well, Zephyrus. It's interesting how Nash and Ryu had very similar treatment, but clearly something has changed last season, right? Or this season. Okay, Tragedy Assault. Change startup frames from... So it's faster now. Okay. Potentially for combo ability, this is going to be useful. EX Tragedy Assault. Sped up input timing during which the attack can be cancelled into stealth dash. Okay. There are a lot of changes here. Just play Ryu's F, yeah, right? Okay, I'm not sure if I want to read all of that, but these are like lots of tiny changes. Not quite sure what they're going with for this one. What is stealth dash? Extend downward collision box during the motion, increase block stun on the first attack. Okay, that's actually bad because it already had kind of like really a lot of block stun. So this is kind of weird. Reduce knockback distance on hit. Okay. So wait a minute, does he get Oki, better Oki off of this now? Extend the opponent's knockback hurt box on hit. Okay. Reduced recovery time on hit by 1 frame. Reduce the second attack's recovery time on block by 7 frames. Okay. Increase the combo count limit of the first attack. Okay. So even juggle, better juggles potentially. Bullet clear. V-skill 1. The attack now pulls the opponent in on hit or block. Is that good? That's good, right? As long as you're not negative on block. Actually, you are probably negative on block, right? But it should be like fairly useless because you want to use V-skill 1 mostly absorbing projectiles, right? Anyways, stealth dash. Stealth dash. Okay, so it's a V-trigger 2. Oh, that's stealth dash. Now I get it. Decreased timer cost from 2,000 to 1,000. Oh, wow. Okay. Increased V-timer cost from 0. Wait, what is Justice Corridor? Wait, so a move in V-trigger 2 that used to be free now costs half the bar. I'm not sure what Justice Corridor is. But whatever, this seems like a nerf, right? Increased V-time. Like, there's a lot of changes here. But this is a nerf. This is just a nerf, right? You get less V-timer. You get less V-timer. Stuff that used to be for free now costs something in V-trigger 2. And you're not getting any damage buff or anything like that. Wait, why? How's that a buff? I don't get it. Where is the buff? Oh, the stealth. Oh, my bad. Okay, see, I was confused about this. Okay, no, so I misread that. Doing the dash doesn't cost as much V-timer anymore. So you have the same amount of V-timer, but it costs less meter. And now you have the option to go for the follow-up attacks to spend meter, or to just like get in your opponent's face if you want to, right? Oh, okay, so this adds a lot of flexibility to V-trigger 2. So that's good. I was confused about that. I was like, V-trigger 2 was not like that popular. Why did it get such a massive nerf? Okay, critical art. Extend the hitbox of the second frame forward. Okay. Yeah, he can do fake dashes now. This is interesting. Do you see how broken Dan is? I've played a lot of Dan. And yes, I've seen some broken stuff for him. Okay, interesting. Overall, like a surprising amount of nerfs for Nash, right? Definitely not as I expected, but I mean... Capcom does not like Nash, apparently. We'll see about that. I'm really curious how Nash is going to play in the new version, if he's going to stay the worst character. If any character deserves a lot of buffs, you would think it was Nash. But here's the thing. Nash is one of those characters that is very easy to make broken either way. So maybe Capcom is speculating that the nerfs to the other characters and the V-shift itself is going to make Nash more powerful. Only time will tell. For now, seems a bit odd they would mess with Nash this much, but who knows? Maybe Nash is actually going to get good simply because of the other characters' changes, which is a possibility, okay? That is a real possibility.